Farm, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really quick little Easter toy. It took me 2 hours to do. What you need to do is find a little rabbit somewhere. Either this is just like a little rabbit finger puppet. If your child already has a rabbit, you can't really pass off a toy they already have as a new gift, but you could make a hat or a little scarf or some little outfit for the rabbit, dress him up, and then make this basket seem like it's a gift for the rabbit that you're giving to the kid. That's one way around it if you're stuck at home and you don't have the ability to go get a new rabbit. You could probably use this for any kind of toy, a little bear, whatever. So since I had this little finger puppet guy, I went in search of a plastic container that I could recycle, and I have plenty of these Temptations, like tall Temptations plastic containers because I have the 4 cats, and I cut it down to the size that I wanted it because I wanted a square basket. You could use a round like from a sour cream or whatever, but this little one took 2 hours. So if you're going to change it into a different size, it might not take 2 hours, but for the little tiny one here, and this is just a little tiny square, and I cut it to about 3 inches tall. First of all, I picked out the yarn that I wanted to work with, and I made a hat that was 4 inches long, and then I made another little hat. Both of these had cuffs. I guess they were both about the same size. I just tucked this one up. So I would say 2 4-inch long hats and then my container, like I said, was 3.5 inches long by 2 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So that was my size of my container. So for that, I did 2 4-inch long hats with cuffs. It's just the simple stockinette or E-wrap, I think is what the regular stitch is. I don't do fancy stitches. I do all the same stitch. Don't know how to loom knit? Please go see my video on how to loom knit a hat or how to loom knit chair booties, or there's also an intro to loom knitting where I actually teach you how to loom knit. This is a project video, so I assume you already know how to do the basic technique, the basic loom knit stitch, the E-wrap stitch, and the basic just making a hat with a cuff. It's not anything fancy. So 2 hats, and you go ahead and draw those up, just make them hats. You want to turn one of them inside out because this is going to be the inside of the basket. And then I did a tube using the interior circle of a daisy loom. I use that a lot. If you look at my videos, I use that whenever I need a small tube. And so I've done a tube that measures about 9 inches long. And when I took it off the loom, I left a long piece because I'm going to use that to sew it. To take your container together, and you want to put one hat on the outside. Pull it up so the cuff is over it. Take the other one. Remember, it's going to be inside out, so you're going to put that inside. And then we have the tube is the handle, and I'm going to put that down in between the container and the 2 layers, the 2 hats. And I'm just going to sew, hand sew. Nothing fancy, just in and out through the two hats and through the tube, so it's all secured. And you'll find that sewing through loom knitted fabric, quote unquote, that your yarn is very forgiving and hides your stitches. So just get on through there. And then I'm going to continue around. Once in a while, I think I'll do like a whip stitch or over the top just to sort of make sure those areas are secured. Like in the corners. We're just sort of sewing right through those 2 cuffs over the top of the plastic. I've stretched it over the top of the plastic. Come to the next side where you want your other end of your basket handle. Do the same thing, poke it down there in between. Where I sort of did my whip stitch on each side of the handle, so there's no gap there. would be cute. And put my bunny in. And I also have a little, I got a little chick too. Candy bar or something in there if you were using it for little treat packages, that would be cute. So this is a quick and easy 2-hour Easter basket. This has been Angie from Canterbury.